Good morning, good morning, good morning. Buenos dias, mi gente. Yo. Welcome to Daily Discipline number 404. My name's Rob Hoback. Happy that you're here. Honored and humbled that you keep coming back, like for reals. Hey, it's a Sunday fun day, but it's also a work day, right? Personally, very few days off, right? Because I'm living my best life possible. It's a lot of work. And so anyway, let's just do this. Let's get to work. First things first, still the reels. I'm extremely grateful. Yeah. I'm grateful for the grace that has been extended to me, my family, and in particular, Jackaroo via an organization named Path to Independence. My thank yous go out to Path to Independence and the fundraiser they had last night that I got invited to. It was amazing. It was heartbreaking. It was heartwarming. It's humbling. Just all of these things. I was not prepared for like. So we got to back up, right? We've been talking for a year about how Jack, my youngest, is on the spectrum, right? And giving credit to his mother, she has spent a lot of energy trying to get Jack get him the help that he needs to help him transition to know just basic society, right? Like there are some things that he just struggles with. He struggles with transitions, right? And he doesn't have much empathy for others. He's very rigid at times, and so um, yeah, a few weeks ago, Jack's mom told me that she had applied for him to go to Path to Independence. I was like, wow. And so then this past week, she told me, it's like, he's been accepted. He's going to start going on the first. And then I think like Friday, she said, hey, by the way, 1:45 on Monday, we're going to meet the teachers. You should be there. And so, yeah. And then when, the Godfather said, hey, you got plans Saturday night. I'm going to this fundraiser. There's an extra seat at the table. You should come, blah, blah, blah. And then I had to tell him, like, look, not only, yes, I'll go, but like Jack's going to start going there, like in a couple weeks. So like this, it's like everything's just coming together all at once. And so I was there, and there's like the format was, it was called Dancing with the Stars, right? So it's kind of like that, and they had couples, and they were, half their score was how well they did dancing, half their score was how much money they raised. And one of the couples was, and I think they do this every year, that one of the students participated. Boy's name is Marshall, and I fell in love with Marshall as soon as I saw him, and it was awesome. It was so awesome, and yeah, I got to see a couple of the kids, and just those just tore at my heart, right? And the one that was just probably over the top is there was a family, husband and wife. They got up there, talked about their son. They live in Tulsa, so they drive from Tulsa to Bartlesville to drop their son off at school, then drive back. And the mom was talking about, before Path to Independence, about how many times they would get calls from the school. And thankfully, Jack's pretty young, but when we tried to send him to it just, yeah, I mean, I can relate, and I can relate to the feelings of embarrassment, the confusion of why all of a sudden, and then the feelings of anger of that there were people that weren't nice to him when he was having his meltdown, and that because there's no way that people like I've lost my temper with him, and I'm his father, like a person who doesn't have that connection, like just, and you can feel it, right? And you can feel the scared with Jack. Just, it was awful, and to hear that family talk about it and see the mother just get him. I mean, I was a mess. And then next thing I know, like the kind of the way it was set up was that the teachers and the helpers from the school are then waiting on all of us that are there for the fundraiser. And I'm thinking, like, this is no, I shouldn't. You shouldn't be waiting on me. My family's already benefiting. That we're gonna benefit from this. And then they wanted to talk to me, and it wasn't in a bad way. Like the teacher's like, oh my gosh, so and so just told us your son's coming, and they wanted. and I could barely even speak. I was so emotional. Just so grateful. And just made me think about, you know, how close I've been to this without even realizing it. So literally like 8 years ago, this time of the year was up in Elkhart, I think it's Elkhart, Elk something, um, Wisconsin, at Uncle Buck and HP's wedding, and there was a couple there who their oldest son was going through this process. He was diagnosed as on the spectrum, and I remember vividly saying, "I don't understand what it feels like to be in your position. I just want you to know it doesn't. You don't feel. I hope you don't feel like you have to hide any of this from me. Like I love him, your son." Whatever label, diagnosis, I don't care. Like it doesn't, all that does make me want to love him more because I recognize that he's a lover too. And then I think about it about the same time was when Sam had first moved to Kansas City and just very randomly got introduced to this school and went and checked it out. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. It's very expensive, but it's awesome. And so Sam went to preschool there, and it was the name of the school was the Kansas City Center for Autism. And it was an immersion school, and they just had like, a dozen, quote, normal kids. And then they had all of these other children that were on the spectrum, varying degrees. And so what I couldn't get out last night is that, as I said and think about it, I feel like I've been in training for this for like the last 8 years, preparing again, I didn't know that that's what was happening, but it feels like it. And so I just feel like, we're very, very fortunate. I mean, this place is literally right around the corner. And just when you're on the receiving side of the grace, it's humbling. It's why it's so important for all of us to be kind and generous and to think of others. And so just was amazing. So along those same lines, my thought of the day is this: don't be a dick. Respond with love. When you have the opportunity and you say, I can respond with love or I can be a dick, try to respond with love. Sometimes you're going to have to be a dick. That's an unfortunate fact of life. The reason why I'm talking about it today is 1 week ago, I'm pretty sure if you go back and look at the video, last Sunday I was joking about how hard it was to make, because kids were up, and we had gone to Walmart and we had bought a 3-pack of gum, $3.24. This stuff's awesome, by the way. 5 strawberry gum. And so Sissy asked me if they could, so they opened it up and her and Jack got into it. And I don't even remember what happened, but I remember walking back in that direction and Jack had collected a bunch of stuff and he'd gotten the gum and he'd opened it all up and it's all over the floor. And so, of course, I flipped out, hollering, screaming, get in here, clean this up, being a bully to those two. And then once I caught myself, I'm like, come on, man, right? Just calm down. And then, Jack came and apologized, and then the guilt comes in, right? And for me, then I have the guilt all week, right? Just as I'm sitting there thinking about it, and I see little Jack with his little hands. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm sorry. And he's sorry. He doesn't want to make me mad. He's just a little boy, right? And I'm hollering over a pack of gum, $1, right? No need to be a dick in that situation. Completely, that's not. We talked about this 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, about using your bully to bully the people that would bully you. Jack's not trying to bully me, right? He's just being a little boy, and he's on the spectrum. There's no need for me to be a dick like that. So I'm putting it out there. I'm also apologizing again to you, Jack, to you, Addison, that it was wrong. I shouldn't act like that. I will continue to try to do better so that I don't act like that. But yeah, it's here forever, right? Just know that. And for the rest of you that are watching, again, remember, sometimes you have to be a dick, but let's not be a dick to the little ones, right? You can learn from my pain. All right. With that, I'm done for the day. We got the Packers tonight, Sunday Night Football, out in California against the 49ers. Theoretically, we should lose that game. But we do have Aaron Rodgers, right? I'm just saying. So with that, we're done for the day. Hands up. Peace out. I appreciate you guys stopping by and seeing the big cry, baby. And special shout out again of thanks to the people over PTI, my people over there. I feel like this is a journey that's going to be a lot of fun and rewarding, and I can't wait. I got to go. Deuces. Have a great day. See ya.